Hello, my name is Jeremy Olguin, Assistive Technology Specialist at the Accessibility Resource Center. Today I'm going to show you how to check your document accessibility in 5 clicks. I'm also going to show you how to make those examples that I have fully accessible. And you should be able to do this with all of your documents. First thing I'm going to tell you to do is always eye test your documents. Make sure there's no specks, lines, underlines, signatures, highlight marks, or major black markage inside of any of the margins. That's the first thing to check to see if your PDF would even be worth working with. I opened up example 1 on my screen. What you'll do is under Tools here on the right side, you'll click that, and under Action Wizard in Acrobat Pro 11, there's a button here called Make Accessible. You'll want to click that button and simply click Start. From this point, it'll walk you through all the steps to make your document accessible. In this case, I'm going to title this document Example 1. If I wanted to put a subject or an author, I would go ahead and, if I were you, to go ahead and do that. Especially if you're going to publish this document out to others or around campus or online, you might just want to make sure and do that. In this case, I'm just going to write a title. This is the recognize text screen. You're just going to hit OK again. This step here is asking if there's any fillable forms to be marked. And in this case, there isn't any. If you had some, this will just put a marker on those blank spaces so that you can go back in and fill them in later. So in this case, I'm going to skip. My reading language is going to be English. Now it's going to detect if there's any figures inside of this document so that I can add alternative text. Alternative text is mostly for screen readers so that someone with a visual impairment will not just get a prompt that says image, and it'll actually say whatever it is we typed in that alternate text. There are no figures in this document, so we can move forward. At this screen, this is the final form to hit start checking, and this will give you an output of a report. If you want the report to be attached to your document, simply click Attach Report to Document. And this way, whenever you send this document out to anyone, it'll automatically have this report attached. I'm going to hit Start Checking. So you see this left bar popped up, and it says we have 2 issues. These 2 issues are actually okay to have. They come up 99% of the time in Adobe Acrobat, and that's checking your logical reading order and the color contrast. And you can see it just has a blue question mark. All that's really telling you is to give it an eye test. Make sure that the order is how you want it, and make sure the color is how you want it. If there was something wrong with the document, there would be a red X. All of these green checks are all positive and good. Now what I'm going to show you how to do is to fix the reading order and move things around and change it up. So it passed, and so it's got basic accessibility at this point. So I'm going to close this here. I'm going to minimize this action wizard. And we're missing a bar here that should say accessibility. What we want to do is click this button here and turn on accessibility. So now we have a whole nother tab that we can, full check, recheck the accessibility again, open the report, add tags, set alternate text, run form field, and touch up reading order. What we're going to work with here is touching up the reading order. I'm going to scoot this to the side here. So you can see in this document, it actually added a couple of extra pieces. We have 3 different pieces here, and we could probably have 2. Some of it is labeled as text. When you click on it, it'll let you know what it's labeled as, and you can change those. So what I'm going to do here, for the sake of example, is I'm going to clear page structure, and this will wipe everything. So now there's no structure. I'm going to go back to the document here. I'm going to use this as an example as if it was the start of a paragraph or the title of a chapter, and I'm going to use it as a heading 1. Using headings just allows screen readers to jump through documents quicker. So we're going to label that as a heading 1. And I'm going to grab the rest of this here. Actually, I can't grab the whole thing with the screen being minimized, so I'll grab some of it here. I'm going to click text. So now we have a set of text there. And I'm also going to grab this last part, set it as text. You can see it kind of grouped it together there. We're going to do the same thing. Grab the text I need, hit text. So now we have our reading order of 1 and 2. That's what those numbers are on the corners there. So we have 1 and 2. And this is a simple novel type document, so really easy. We have a heading 1, we have text. Now we're done. So I'm going to close this and close Tools. And so your document's ready to go now. Really easy. Now you can just simply go File, Save As, save your document, go ahead and publish it out. If you wanted to go a few steps further and actually check the document yourself, if you're curious about how a screen reader would read it, you can actually go to File, or View, Read Out Loud, and activate your Read Out Loud. Then you can simply just read this page only and it'll read the document back to you. You can also go to Tools and you can actually go to Content Editing and export the file to a Word document. And that'll give you all of this text into a Word document. You can make changes and then resave it back as a PDF, or you can just see when something didn't read right, why it didn't read right, and maybe correct that and take it back to a PDF. But at this point, example 1 has been made fully accessible, saved, and ready to publish. So now I'm going to show you example 2, which contains an image. So same process, Action Wizard, make accessible, click Start. Now we're going to walk through. I'm going to label this example 2. Hit OK. Again, walking through the steps. No need for fillable form. Now we're going to detect figures, and there's our figure. So in this case, we see that our figure is Copernicus. So in the alternate text box here, I'm going to write Copernicus. And then I'm going to save and close. I'm going to continue to attach the report to my document, and I'm going to hit Start Checking. And we're going to get the same 2 issues, which is good. That's exactly what we want. It means we ran it through the full check. This step is complete, so make accessible. We're going to close that, minimize the Action Wizard, open our Accessibility tab. Accessibility, touch up reading order again. This one's going to have plenty. So it looks like it grabbed each section as its own number. And you can see the reading order of things here, 1, 3, 5, so on and so forth here. So it looks like we're going to actually need to make some changes here because it grabbed these little, this looks like it was from a course reader. So the little hole punches were actually grabbed as images, or in this case it looks like it tried to make some text. So we're going to clear page structure again. Yes. We're going to go back here, and now we're back in our document. We can start labeling. So top, I'm going to label it a heading. Again, text, text, and you just continue doing this all the way down your document. Make sure, and sometimes your image won't grab, so you can try to go over it. Sometimes it won't do anything like I just did. Double click, and you can just make it a figure by double clicking on it. What we can do now is set alternate text, because now that we reformatted our entire document, we have to go back and add that alternate text again. So let it detect. We're going to write Copernicus one more time. Save and close. Now a document with images is ready to be saved. Again, File, Save As, and you're ready to publish. So same process as doing a regular novel type book, except for now you have to add in your captions, change your reading order, things like that. Okay? Well, thank you everyone. If you have any questions, please contact Accessibility Resource Center and ask for Jeremy Olguin. Thank you very much.